Hello everyone, my name is Paul Santilli. I head up the SCIP organization, Strategic Consortium of Intelligence Professionals, and I want to welcome you to this edition of our podcast series which we call iStream. And I'm very pleased to have my good friend Andres Sekuls with us, who heads up the JISIB organization, who is an affiliate of SCIP. So, JISIB, what does that mean?
Yeah, hello everybody, and my name is Andres Sekuls, and JISIB, it's a journal of intelligence studies in business. It's an academic journal, and this journal is dedicated to fill a gap between academical purpose, academics, and professional approach to business. And this journal is a peer-reviewed, open access. So all the, let's say, researchers, academics, and practitioners can get benefits to read it because it's also dedicated to all the business intelligence fields. And it's not only business intelligence fields, so it's a competitive intelligence, competitors' intelligence, market intelligence, financial intelligence, scientific, all kinds of intelligences, foresight, insight, and so on. And this is a platform where it's a possibility to discuss, to see new trends, to fill the gap, and see all the necessary things to boost all the fields within this area.
Very good. So you've mentioned a few things that put light bulbs in my head because it was good things. So I've contributed to JISIB as an article in the past, and it's a great platform to showcase applications, as you say, bridging the gap between academia and practitioners, so you can see how the academic perspectives can actually be applied in real-world situations. So that was a very good overview of how this journal is really effective. And the other thing you mentioned about all the different types of intelligence, and as you probably know, SCIP has been going off and redefining the intelligence space for what we call the intelligence ecosystem. And that's really around all things data generated. So in my eyes, back when we had our initial discussions, it was an absolute no-brainer, so to speak, such that SCIP and JISIB should do things together. We're in the same area of the ecosystem intelligence environment. We believe in the academic to practitioner approach. There was a lot of common elements, I think, that really checked the boxes off for both of us. So this is why I'm super excited, the fact that your organization is a part of the SCIP affiliate, the consortium building, as I'm saying. And this is great, so I definitely look forward to this. So in this area, are you seeing from what has happened in the past on the types of articles that are published to what is being published today? Has there been a shift in the type of perspectives, intelligence related, data related, maybe AI influenced? Have you seen changes in that environment as you go forward?
Right, of course, this is a, let's say, contemporary approach to all the sciences, and let's say it reflects to all the businesses related to intelligence matters. And for sure, this would find its application to all the articles, especially in data science, knowledge management, decision-making things. Then it's also very important for gaining competitive advantage, and for sure, let's say last 2 years are very common coming to the artificial intelligence. So AI becomes a higher and higher role, and for sure that's very important because organizations could find their possibility to gain business, to find the way how to use it, and this is how it's reflected to our articles.
So the content that's published in the JISIB, what sort of distribution is that? How is it locally to Europe, or is it across the world? How is that? How's the distribution?
Yeah, so actually I forgot to mention that this is open access. So we have a website, and you can get all the information of the current issues and back issues. On the other hand, it's indexed in many
scientific databases like Scopus, Web of Science, and all others. We just plan to extend our indexation and those databases and others. And this gives a possibility to broaden the potential readers and make it even more widely used among researchers, practitioners, and that's would be our next
It's
part.
a very valuable repository of content. As you say, it can be indexed via a number of these different platforms, in which SCIP is obviously a platform. We want to obviously have advantageous to that. So I think that's incredibly important because that's the kind of research, I mean, especially when you apply your AI search criteria to it, you can really pull out a lot of content that's both theoretical and practical, and apply it to business environments, especially not only with what we've seen in the past, but the new business environments that's happening today that are very data-centric, getting the latest technology, latest papers, latest research being done in that space from the JSIB repository and applying that in your business model. I think it's a great tool to have as part of anybody's resources to have in their toolbox.
Yeah, I fully agree because we accept and we really encourage articles not only in the scientific matter, but also case studies, different trends, and different theoretical frameworks which are emerging, and which, of course, could be very interesting for organizations and for scientific periods.
So they don't have to necessarily be academic in nature. They could be practical. They could be theoretical. They could be in all different types of formats.
So of course, this is a possibility, but since the journal is academic journal, so it should reflect some certain content and certain requirements. However, that's a practical approach as accepted as well, and this is very valuable for our journal.
So how does it go about well, two ways. How do people contribute to it, and what's the criteria that is required for that? And then accessibility, I think you pretty much talked a little bit about that, but maybe you can go into that a little bit more. But how do people contribute to something like this? If we wanted to add to JISIB, enrich the repository you have, and also have somebody's valuable information be accessible to these other index platforms?
Yeah, so that's very easy. Actually, my recommendation is go to gisib.com, so that's where you'll be able to get an access to our platform. You just can read some back issues, and if you have something interesting which could be good and valuable for our readers, for let's say researchers and practitioners, just please read the requirements for authors and make your submission. So it's quite easy. Just register.
And what's there's a review process? Is it peer reviewed, or is there any sort of review process in terms of whether it will be accepted or not? What's the criteria around that?
Well, actually, it is a peer reviewed, so that's the only possibility to submit, because it should, let's say, get certain requirements and credibility in terms of quality. So therefore, that's peer reviewed, and if you pass this review, so then it's accepted for publication.
So I mentioned that because that's a very important point, and I knew that was the case, because we don't want to have, well, I'm not going to use the term, but we don't want to have a resource up there that's easily contributed by everybody without any sort of validation on the credibility of the content, right? So there's websites out there like that. I'm going to make them nameless, but the point is, you get where I'm going with it. But the peer review and the credibility of the content is supremely important, because now people who access that know it's been reviewed and it's as credible as at the current time. There could be future publications that might have a different approach based upon new knowledge and everything. But the point of the matter is, there's a validity element, a credibility element, and that I think is absolutely critical in the intelligence space as things become more and more complex around truth in data. And I talk a lot about this subject because I'm pretty passionate about it. How fake data is out there, how fake information, how things on the internet are so polluted with bogus content, you don't know what's real or not. And having the reputation of JSIB and the credibility behind the content that makes you a front runner, in my opinion, which is, again, one of the reasons why we wanted to form this affiliation with you because it aligns to the SCIP's code of ethics. It's around the validity and the credibility and the ethical behavior around data acquisition and analytics and the usefulness of the data. So I can't stress that enough. I'm super excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, so that's correct, and of course AI just helps let's say, on the one hand, you just can enhance your possibility and to get additional, let's say, competitive advantage to make a boost for your work.
Absolutely.
And to get, let's say, better access to everything. On the other hand, you can use it in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, that's a problem. I think that it's for all academic journals, but we, let's say, check in this possibility, and it's checked for plagiarism, it's checked for also using of, let's say, not correct way of all the
acquiring the data.
Right.
How about Gen AI type checkpoints? I mean, because nowadays to write a paper, it's pretty simple using generative AI and open AI type application. Is there a check for that sort of thing as well?
Yes,
which is critical.
So, but because it's a requirement of, let's say, some scientific databases to be included, and we are really
which again adds to the validity and the credibility of that platform. Which is, I'm super excited the fact that you're part of the SCIP consortium, and I think this is something that I really want to do some stuff with you in utilizing the platform and the reputation of the platform and combining that with the SCIP platform and the reputation of the SCIP ethics platform. I think we can, I'm a firm believer of the sum of the parts is greater than the individual parts by themselves. So I think this is an opportunity that we can really do a lot of great things together.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Andreas. It was a pleasure talking with you. And I can't wait to I look forward to working with you more in the future.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for just a good cooperation, and really very satisfied with that, and looking for new articles and this better.
I've got a few of them that I'm writing right now that I want to submit. So we'll be talking more. Absolutely.
Good. You're welcome.
Excellent. Thanks. All right. Thank you, folks. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.